Now we're going to go down to the last tab, the 5th tab, and we're going to look at the add-ons. The add-ons are a group of widgets that are in Smart Notebook to help you with building lessons. Now, the first one I'm going to click on and show you is YouTube. When you click on that, it will bring this up. Then you can go search for a video. Put in search videos. And you will see it will bring them up right here. You can preview it by just clicking one time on it.
George Washington, 1732 to 1799.
If you want to add the video after you've previewed, simply come down here and click Add Videos. If you don't find anything you want, you can click Cancel. Click there. And it will insert the video. The reason that Smart Notebook is doing this now is because a lot of your Flash is dead. Even Adobe, the maker of Flash, has told all creators or programmers to cease using Flash. The new industry standard switched to HTML5, which incorporates all this. You don't have that bulky player anymore. One thing is, if you have a presentation that you have created past or that you bought from Teachers to Pay Teachers, it will not work in Smart Notebook this way. You'll have to go out and find that video on YouTube and bring it back in. I've seen some YouTube videos that they have it in presentations that they bought from Teachers Pay Teachers. This is how you would fix it: is you go out and find that video and embed it back in. Okay, so as you also saw, that's pretty easy. Okay, the next thing in the add-ons that we're going to look at is the lesson recorder. This is a neat little tool. What it allows you to do is record your screen here on Smart Notebook. It'll only work, or I should say, it will only record inside the working area. So let's go ahead. We're going to click New Recording. It's gone ahead and it has started. Now you can add things to it. Let's wait till that comes up. All right, we're good to go. Now let's add an image. I'm going to bring over a prairie dog just because. Let's throw some text in here. Okay, this is a fun activity, and you can create animations doing this. Since it doesn't pick up your mouse clicks or your typing, and it just also makes it appear, you can go through, you can make stuff move around the screen. And things like that, so you can actually record your own little animated story or a part of a lesson or anything like that that you want to do for your students. So let's go ahead and stop it and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, let's go ahead and play it. You notice in the left hand corner down there that you got some controls that you can control this from. Let's see where it doesn't do the live actual recording of what you're doing. It doesn't show the typing that would be going on right now. Unfortunately, it's kind of boring like that. So that's moving it forward and back. And that would take it to the very end, skipping this appearing and going through. So one thing you can always think of when you're doing this is how slow that will be and how it works. But it's just little features in there if you want to play with it. let's go on to our next feature. Next thing we're going to look at in the add-on tab is Activity Builder. Activity Builder is a really great way of creating your own little games. It's kind of limited in what you can do, but what it does, it does well. Let's take a say that you are wanting children to recognize a shape if you're in elementary, a country if you were teaching geography, whatever. Well, what you can take and do is you can create one object that's going to accept everything. So I'm going to do something where you're trying to throw a circle down a hole. Make my hole. I'm going to come out here and we'll draw out an oval. Right click on it, go to my properties. We're going to do a solid fill of black. Now we're going to add our shapes. First shape I'm going to need is I'm going to need a circle because that's what I want to throw in there. Next shape I want a square, rectangle, and a triangle. Okay, now I want this so that when I move the circle over here, it disappears, and I want to bounce out the wrong answers here. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. Let's give all these some color. And the last one we will make yellow. Okay, so you've got 4 basic shapes here. This could be anything. This could even be, if we went out on here and searched for maps and brought up outlines of countries, it could be that. It could be anything you want it to be that you can put in here. Alright, so now I've got these lined out. How do I make the activity happen? Well, let's click here. We need to identify what we want to be the receptacle, so that's been identified. Edit. Okay, this is where you will drag them to. What do you want this to accept? We want to accept only the circle. Just drag it over and release. And as far as the other 3, we want to reject, so they would go down here. We can either drag those over individually or make it fast, easy, and just add remaining. Okay, now it's ready to go, so you click Done. And when you drag over something it doesn't want, it throws it out. However, if we drag over what it wants, or what we've told it to take, it will fade away. So just a little quick, easy way of making an activity for your students. One thing about this, we'll go look at the settings real quick. When you're doing this, we will back up. We will act like we're going to build another one so you can see it. We'll add another page. Okay. We need to do one more. I'm not going to color them in to show this time. Alright, activity builder, identify, edit, drag that in, add all remaining. Alright, here's what we were wanting to look at. This is the settings. This will allow you to go in and it will adjust things. When accepted objects play a fade out, which is what it's doing, you could actually have it fly out, snap to center, spin. You can choose whatever, but however, the fade out is the best one for using with this. It just depends on what you're doing. And for this one, you don't get any other choices except bounce back. So That way it keeps it pretty open. You can also add sound, also play the object sound, and that is if you have sound ascribed to it. Okay. Okay, now we're going to look at the smart blocks. To use smart blocks, simply drag one over, get your pen tool, write a number, draw a line, write another number, draw a line, and it will solve. With this, you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, power blocks, square root, and unknown blocks, which accept two inputs. These are really neat, so that way you can use this with any group of math students you have and create activities. So next thing we like to look at is GeoGebra while we're on the subject of math. Now the GeoGebra, we'll go ahead and click on that. Give it a second. And what it will do is it will bring up all the different widgets that are part of GeoGebra. And you can go in and look at these and drop them in the Smart Notebook and use them. Great little tool, something that higher math teachers will want to look at. So let's move on. There's one more that we want to look at. Let's go back. And that's image web search. Image web search is really great. We want to look for pictures or clip art. Let's just say clip art, and I'm going to say 9. And there it is. And that's all that does. It's an image search. It allows you to bring images straight from outside Notebook to straight in. Okay, so now we looked at the last 3 and we pick up again. I'm going to show you real quickly about these little settings right along here and over here.